The discussion around this franchise has taken on a different tone than anyone anticipated back in early September. A team that spent several seasons shuffling quarterbacks and managing uncertainty is now anchored by steadier play at the position, even as injuries test weekly durability. Veteran fans understand how rare it is for a roster to find rhythm after years of instability, and the current stretch has created cautious optimism. What makes the moment noteworthy is not just the win total, but the way the offense operates with structure and poise. That shift has set the stage for a broader conversation about long-term planning. Daniel Jones is at the center of that conversation because his one-year stop in Indianapolis has evolved into one of the more intriguing stories of the season. His production has exceeded expectations, and his ability to manage the offense has provided needed continuity. Even while playing through a fractured fibula, he has maintained timing on early down throws and shown discipline in the quick game concepts that prioritize rhythm over mobility. The depth chart around him, particularly along the offensive line, has stabilized enough to allow clean pockets, and the play calling has leaned into his strengths as a structured passer. Jones is 28, deep enough into his career to understand how narrow these windows can be. Through 12 games, he has thrown for over 3,000 yards with 19 touchdowns and 7 interceptions, while completing nearly 68% of his attempts. His passer rating, above 100, reflects efficiency rather than volatility. Those numbers have sparked discussion about the franchise tag, as analysts project Indianapolis to consider that option rather than committing to a multi-year structure. The tag, estimated at more than $46 million, is expensive, but offers control without the long-term guarantees that once complicated his previous contract. His tenure with the Giants serves as a backdrop to the current evaluation. Injuries, inconsistent production, and a contract that grew burdensome led to restructuring and eventual departure. This season in Indianapolis was designed as a prove-it opportunity, but the injury to his leg has introduced questions about sustainability. His mobility, always a secondary trait, has declined during the injury stretch, and veteran observers have noted occasional returns of habits that disrupted timing earlier in his career. The Colts must assess whether those elements are temporary symptoms of injury or indicators of a ceiling that cannot justify a long-term commitment. Financially, the situation is neither simple nor restrictive. A one-year tag would preserve flexibility while giving the organization another full season to evaluate durability and performance. For a roster that has invested heavily in supporting pieces, particularly at receiver and running back, securing stability at quarterback matters more than chasing upside. Yet multi-year guarantees carry risk, especially given Jones' injury history. Veteran fans understand the cost of misjudging a quarterback contract, and the Colts' recent history reinforces the importance of patience. The team has cycled through too many short-term answers to assume the long-term solution has fully arrived. Interest from elsewhere adds another layer. Minnesota continues to surface in discussions as a potential destination if Indianapolis hesitates. Jones spent part of a previous season with that organization, and their current depth chart includes a young quarterback still working through turnovers and developmental inconsistency. That combination keeps external speculation alive. If Jones finishes the season strong, his market value could rise, and teams seeking a stabilizing presence may explore options. For Indianapolis, the decision revolves around value rather than emotion. Match market strength with roster trajectory, or maintain leverage through the tag. Coaching structure in Indianapolis has also played an important role. The offensive staff has leaned into protection adjustments, reduced unnecessary movement in the pocket, and emphasized progression clarity. Jones has responded with sharper timing and fewer forced throws. His control at the line of scrimmage has improved, allowing the offense to stay ahead of the chains and limit exposure to blitz packages. That growth reflects coaching alignment as much as quarterback maturity. Yet the staff must determine whether his current production represents sustainable performance or a temporary surge supported by favorable matchups and controlled schemes. Sustainability, as always, becomes the defining metric. The Colts cannot afford to reset the position again, but they also cannot commit beyond reasonable boundaries. Jones has stabilized a unit that needed reliability more than explosiveness, and his efficiency has supported a defense capable of closing games. Veteran listeners know that the final month of the season often reveals more truth than early statistics. How he performs through injury, weather, and divisional pressure will shape the decision ahead. For now, Indianapolis holds leverage, and the franchise tag offers a practical path while maintaining long-term flexibility.